Hello everyone and welcome to a special Christmas episode of Crafty Beer Reviews. Today is Christmas Eve, so I wanted to do a seasonal offering, and I'm going to be looking at Floyds Alpha Claus. This is their Christmas porter, and anytime I get to try a new Floyd beer, it's usually a pretty interesting experience, so let's go ahead and crack into it. What makes this beer unique is they've brewed it with English chocolate malt and Mexican sugar. So, should be pretty interesting. And because this is a porter, you want to serve it at about 50 degrees. And it's 6% ABV, so it's pretty typical for a standard porter style. Alright, so that pours out what looks to be pitch black. Could be a little off, it's hard to see with the Christmas lights, but yeah, it looks pitch black to me. About 2 fingers of incredibly mocha tan head, really fluffy. Looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and take our first sniff. Oh wow, that's pretty interesting. Right off the bat, I get a lot of really piney, resinous hops. Almost a kind of floral character in there, and some definite roast. Some spiciness, which I'm going to chalk up to the Mexican sugar, because it doesn't smell like hop spiciness. It just kind of smells like almost like a weird burnt sugar. And there's a little bit of chocolate in there, but it smells, I mean, it's like pretty much in the back there. I don't get a whole lot. It smells pretty interesting, so let's go ahead and take our first sip. Oh, wow. Just like in the aroma, there's a ton of kind of piney resinous hop, and then right after that, there's this kind of burnt sugar that I smell in the aroma. I'm pretty sure that's got to be the Mexican sugar. If you guys know any different, let me know, but that's what it kind of tastes like to me. It's a pretty bitter beer, too. I mean, for a porter, you wouldn't really expect it. And a lot of the porter characteristics, like the coffee notes and some chocolate notes, they're there, but they're pretty mild, and they're really pushed to the back. Finish is somewhat dry. It's got a pretty creamy mouthfeel. Definitely a medium-bodied beer, but if you don't like bitter beers, I would not suggest this. There's really no sweetness. What chocolate is there is pretty much like a dark chocolate, but primarily the two characteristics that I get a lot of are the piney hops and then a lot of this kind of burnt sugar spiciness almost. Which, like I said, I think that's coming from the Mexican sugar, but could be wrong. You do get some chocolate and coffee in there, but it's just so far in the back that it almost seems not really like an afterthought, but it's just really, really subtle. You know, it's a medium-bodied beer and it drinks really well, but it's just, it is really odd. I mean, it says it's not normal in the bottle, and that's true. For a rating, I'm going to go with a 3.5. This is an interesting experiment, and it's definitely different for a porter-style beer, but I'm not in love with it either. I think that a little bit of sweetness really could help balance this beer out, because in my opinion, for the style, it's a little too bitter. Besides that, it's a really nice beer. I do enjoy the hoppiness in there. That's pretty cool. The burnt sugar taste is okay. It kind of throws me off a bit, but it's not bad. And then like the coffee and chocolate notes from the porter, I would like those to be a little bit more pronounced since this is a porter. It just seems a little too subtle for my taste. But not a bad beer. And if you like Floyds, I would say definitely pick it up, try it for yourself, see what you think. But yeah, that does it for this beer review, guys. And remember, if you want to see any particular beer review, just leave me a comment, and I will try and get to that. Alright, I'm going to get back to sipping on this beer, and I hope that whatever holiday festivities you have in store, you do it while enjoying good craft beer. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.